Alright boys, welcome back to Hounds franchise, and today's going to be the start of Season 2, as well as the entire offseason. We're going to be doing the draft, obviously free agency, but before we move on to the new players that we could add and all the new players that will be coming in next year and into the next season, I wanted to talk about last season's players and some awards I have. So I mentioned I was going to do awards. I'll talk over that as we try and re-sign players, and here's a player that we need to re-sign. Tyler Barron, he got Superstar Dev from having a 10-sack season, so hopefully we can bring him back. He doesn't want to come back, so that's going to be an issue. Kind of do want him to stay around. Is he worth 1 year, 20 mil? We're going to franchise tag Tyler Barron. It takes 20 million of our cap, but I'm honestly fine with that. If he ends up developing the way he did this year, next year, he's going to be well worth it. We'll try and negotiate a long-term deal throughout next season. As for the rest of these players, I don't think I'm too interested in any of them. So before we go into free agency, I'm going to talk about these awards. And for our MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and Offensive Rookie of the Year, it's none other than Raheem Sanders. He was great last year. Honestly, that's settling him short with 1,200 rushing yards, 15 touchdowns, and receiving, he had another 500 on 60 catches and another touchdown. It's just a great year on a bad team. Even his tags say award winner, which is true. He won 3 of our awards this year. He was just great to play with. He didn't get hurt all year either, which is really impressive. So I'll happily say that was him. As for more players on the offensive side of the ball, for our most improved player, I went with Riley Leonard. And moving forward, the most improved player will be between years, but for this year, I just did throughout the year. I think Riley Leonard was horrible to start the year. I was ranting about him. And I'll say, 25 interceptions, not great. How many of them were his fault? I don't know. But he ended the year good. I kind of ran out of complaints for him the longer we played. Started the year 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, 1 touchdown, 3 picks, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Then he turned it around with a stretch of 12 touchdowns, 1 interception. Then he kind of went back to kind of the state we know him for, but I didn't have too many complaints for him. Yes, he wasn't great, what do you expect, but he might be our quarterback this time next year. He's 82 overall, he's 23 years old, he is normal dev, but I can't really complain. Beggars can't be choosers, and if there isn't a better quarterback option, why not run with him for another year if we could develop him like we did last year? He came in as a 68, 69 something overall. Now he's an 82. That's not bad. So the rest of our awards are on the defensive side of the ball. There is one last award. It's not really something you want to win, but I'll talk about it last. As for our Defensive Player of the Year, you would think it's one of our superstar players, right? They developed into a superstar, but no, it is DeCameron Richardson. He had a hell of a year. He led the league in interceptions this past year with 6, 113 interception yards, whatever, 4 TFLs, 66 tackles, but I thought he deserves it for leading the league in a stat. None of our players led the league in anything. That kind of goes without saying, but he was really surprising to me. He came out of nowhere with those 6 interceptions, so I thought he deserved our Defensive Player of the Year. As for Defensive Rookie of the Year, it is one of our superstars, and that's Tyler Barron, the guy who we just franchise tagged. The dude's a superstar now. He had a 10-sack year. He had a 24 TFL year, 50 tackle year. He had a hell of a season. It's a great rookie year for him. I'm excited to keep him long term. Then for our most surprising player, I went with Joe Andreessen. I remember during the draft, I kind of picked him. I didn't know who he was. I'll be honest. I did not know who he was, and he ended up being a pretty solid, sure-handed tackler for us. Now he's a superstar, or not a superstar, he's a star development. He had 104 tackles for us, 19 for loss, 2 sacks, and 2 interceptions. 2 of them were user interceptions, but 4 forced fumbles is pretty damn good. 6 forced turnovers for us. That's a pretty damn good year for a player that I didn't even expect to do anything. Now, as for the award, I said you don't really want to win. It's the most disappointing player, and if you watched every episode, or at least even half of them, you would know it was Jordan Watkins. He was our only hidden development going into the year from what I remember. We did end up re-signing him, but I had more hopes for our wide receiver 1. The season that Rocket Sanders had is kind of the season I thought Jordan Watkins was going to have. I thought he was just going to be our only player. I thought we were going to run through him, and that was kind of all for us. But he wasn't anything special. 44 catches for 757, 6 touchdowns. He had a lot of drops from what I remember. He just wasn't a true wide receiver 1. But to be fair to him, he's 77 overall. He's now meant to be a team's wide receiver 1. But he was our wide receiver 1, so for that reason, he is our most disappointing player. And that is it for the awards for this year. That's all I really could come up with without forcing dumb ones. We're going to take our first look at these free agents. I'm really hoping there is some good ones. And there isn't. Let's at least look through them before we judge, but 3 running backs headlining the free agency class isn't great. Shador Sanders, that'd be funny, but no point. Dante Thornton is here, and he went up to a 76 overall with whatever team he ended up playing with. He's someone I debated drafting. He would be our second best wide receiver. I think he is worth sending a deal. I debated drafting him. I avoided him because he's too much of a cheat code, but now we're in free agency, so screw it. Why not? We'll lob him a deal, see if he chooses us. I doubt he will. Safety, we could bring in Kevin Byard or Tony Jefferson, kind of just a veteran presence. Solid overall. I mean, there isn't much to choose from. So I think we'll throw Kevin Byard a 1-year deal. Kind of just command the secondary. Yeah, I don't think there's really many free agents that I'm too interested in. So I think we might as well. I do like a committee running back room. And why not go with the fattest running back in the market? Najee Harris. Bring him in for a year, throw him some money, see if he chooses us. So one click of a button, we'll see if we signed anyone. Najee. He's the only one that wanted to become via Hound. So Najee Harris is our newest Hound. 80 overall, 28-year-old, 87 speed, 90 excel. You kind of know who Najee Harris is if you know the NFL. I think we'll lob a deal at Elijah Arroyo to be a backup tight end for us. Maybe even work his way up into the starter spot. If he takes it, he takes it. Pause. I didn't expect free agency to be anything special, so we are actually going to go straight to the draft here. Honestly, we're just going to go into this draft and kind of just go pick by pick, and then I'll make my decision as we go through it. As the Lions, Raiders, Cowboys, and Giants pick ahead of us, and then Steelers and Browns pick in between our two picks. We'll get to our pick. Julius Agnew does go on. Obviously, I'm not too intrigued in trading up. Julius Agnew would have been the only player, but it seems like a strong tackle class. I think these players are just going to go in order of rankings here. Oh, no, Noah Brackett goes at 3 to the Cowboys. And then 4 to the Giants, Elijah Wilson. So I'm really not too interested in almost any of these prospects. Ben Trevino's a good one, but a nose tackle at 5 really doesn't feel right. Julian Jimenez would be a guy I debate, because wide receiver is a position of need and it is a valuable position to take, but he doesn't completely blow me away. Dalton Holsey, I think he'll fall to our pick at 8, so I think we'll trade out of this one. And as for trades, I'm just going to do this, just trade finders, let the teams send me offers, and if I like any of them, I'll take them. If not, then I'll go offer a couple teams some trades, but I don't really want to just go get a sick-ass player for the 5th pick in this year's draft. So I want, around the 20 range, that's not bad with the Commanders. 19 from the Ravens isn't bad. Might be 3 picks next year. Pick 12 from the Rams isn't bad. 25 from the Niners, as well as a first-round pick next year. We'd be loading up on first-round picks next year. But I kind of want picks this year, because we already have 3 first-round picks next year, so that's not too, intriguing to me. I think we could go back to 22 here with the Eagles, or do we get that 3rd-round pick next year from the Dolphins? I think we'll do that. I mean, it just doesn't feel like enough for an 18-pick drop, but it's not too strong of a class. So I think we'll do this with the Miami Dolphins. We'll trade back. We're going back to 23. We're also picking up their 2nd-round pick this year, and then the 3rd and the 7th next year. I'm honestly fine with that. The Dolphins straight up. Let's see who they get out of that. Cam Friedman, edge, perfectly fine. I'm not interested in any of these edges. Ben Trevino does go. That kind of sucks. I did want him, but we chose to trade back. And Julian Jimenez also goes, so that's also unfortunate. 2 players that I debated are now off the board, but Dalton Holsley, 6'6", 319, 21 years old, out of LSU. Scouting report has a motor that runs through the whistle, shows good discipline. I mean, that's kind of all you really need out of your lineman. Pretty solid athlete, not very strong, which kind of throws me off a little bit. I do like strong offensive linemen, but I don't know if that matters too much in Madden. So I think we go with a player that'll be a very important piece for the growth of this team in Dalton Holsey. It's not the most interesting pick. It's an offensive lineman, but it's a very important one. It's It's our blind side, so why not? And he was ranked 40 in true value. That is a miss for me. Oh, that's not good. He is hidden dev. We'll take that. Yeah, 78 strength. I shouldn't have seen through that strength. So big miss there. We'll see what we're looking at here. Nick Hayes, 23-year-old, 4'5", 40. Pretty good athlete overall. Be man, be play rec, be catching. B tackle, C zone. He's a solid player. Ben Tovar. Bent over? Bent over. I like that. 5'11", 218, run support out of San Diego State. Very good athlete. A block shed, B play reg, D zone, not much of a zone player, and D injury. Don't like that at the free safety position. So the clock is ticking. And of these two, I think we'll just go with Nick Hayes, the safety out of USC. I feel like we need help over top. Jamie Robinson was good at strong safety, so this guy will move over to free safety. I'm calling him this guy because I forgot his name, Nick Hayes. There you go. He was ranked 19 in true value. We got him at 23, so right around the range that he was expected to get picked at. High football IQ, I like that. Instinctive zone defender, that's very good. Sure tackler. So now we have our other safety alongside Jamie Robinson. Hidden dev, 90 excel, 86 agility, 85 change of direction, 88 speed, pretty good. So as for the first round, I'd give us a B- grade. We got a good pick in Nick Hayes, and Dalton Holsey, he's going to have to develop. 78 strength just really isn't good. Hope he plays stronger than he really is. Play strength is different than just pumping iron. So here we are, pick 35. I do want to address wide receiver. I feel like we kind of have to come out of this draft with one, but it doesn't have to be too soon. It could be a third, fourth round pick. Dylan Richardson, 5'10", deep threat. He's probably going to be fast. Yeah, 4.27. 40-yard dash. 404, 20-yard. I mean, this guy could just move. C catch traffic, C catch and B deep route, D medium route, C release, C short route, B spec catch, C to D awareness. I mean, he's an athlete, but I don't like just drafting athletes. None of these receivers are really that tall. I mean, there's this guy, 6'5", Seth Nelson, F catching. I mean, how are you 6'5", can't catch the ball? Unless you're really fast, you kind of need to know how to catch the ball. So maybe wide receiver isn't something we look at yet. I mean, we could always look at tight ends. Jason Hamlin, 6'5", 247 vert threat out of Bama with A deep route. Very good athlete. A awareness, B break tackle, C run block, C catching, A deep route. That's very rare to find with a tight end. So that's definitely interesting for us. Ezekiel White, defensive end. I just really don't like people that don't have good finesse moves. So I think we do go tight end here. We do have Ben Sinnott, I do know, but I didn't like him that much. I'm not going to lie. He was pretty bad down the stretch. So we're going to go with Jason Hamlin. We're going to get a pass catcher for our quarterback, Riley Leonard. He's ranked 6'7". We got him at 35. Bit of a reach there. But I think it's just a position of need. 87 excel, 84 speed, another hidden devs. So we're hitting on the hidden devs, not hitting on the true values. Pick again here at 40. I think we will look at these edges. I haven't given him too much time of day. And Ezekiel White is still here. I noted I don't like bad finesse moves. He's pretty quick. That's kind of it for him. Yeah, D finesse just really is a turn off for me. Oh, here we go. B block shed, B power moves, A play break, B pursuit, A tackle. It is C awareness, but I do kind of like these ratings. Seen a lot of B's and A's. I do like that. We're going to flip over to Miguel Estrada instead of Ezekiel. He's a 72 true value, 40. We took him at 40. I mean, we keep missing a true value, which isn't good, but it's not the whole story. Another hidden development player, 86 strength, 84 excel, 77 speed. Not the fastest, but he's an edge. Could go bent over. we could pick a bent over. Very good athlete. Seems like he relies on his athleticism, but he does have B play rec. I say we say screw the fit. We're too bad of a team to think about fit. We'll just take who we see as the best player here. That'll be bent over. Again, missing on true value. He's a 95th in true value, not 95th. And we took him at 55. I think we'll try and trade back here. Don't want to trade with the Dolphins again, so we'll take up the Raiders on their offer. Go back a little bit on this draft. Where do we fall to? 120? Yeah, that's not bad. I do want this pick to be a wide receiver. I really do, but I'm not seeing, like, F catching. I can't draft a wide receiver with F catching. Maybe we look into these day 3 picks. You can find a diamond in the rough and reach on him a little bit. Doesn't feel right to reach, though. Yeah, this guy isn't great. If you're a Potter, played for Clemson, pretty good school, 6'3", physical, 4'5" speed, isn't bad. B-spec, no, I'm just not really liking any of these receivers, I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I think we just trade out. I really didn't like what I was seeing, so I'll let the CPU take it from here. let's go to the end of the draft. I probably should draft all 7 rounds. Maybe I find a cool little diamond in the rough and it's a storyline, but So we'll look at the draft recap, and okay, that's not bad. 74 overall at pick 8, not ideal, especially when you get to 75 overall at pick 23, but he's not bad. He really isn't. He's an upgrade from what we have. We need more strength on him. Hopefully we could upgrade that somehow, but every single other rating looks pretty good. 84 pass block, 81 pass block power, 81 impact blocking. That is pretty good. 93 injury, so he's going to be dependable. 6'6", 319 hidden dev. I mean, hidden dev is hard to find on linemen, so I'm pretty happy with that. As for Nick Hayes, he's an instant starter for us. 70s across the board, 82 hit power. I like him. I'm happy with that pick. He should be an impact player for us pretty quick. We have Jason Hamlin, another hidden dev. I mean, we did well with hidden devs. We didn't do too good with true value. 6'5", 247, 22-year-old out of Alabama. Pretty solid ratings. I mean, you don't expect to see tight end route running that high, so 60s is fine. 73 awareness, wish it was a little bit better. He's as good of a route runner as he is a pass blocker and run blocker. Solid tight end, nothing special, not some crazy, generational talent. Then we have Miguel Estrada, another hidden dev. I mean, like I said, we did good on the hidden devs. He seems more built for D tackle. He's 6'4", 292. Or maybe we change to a 3'4". I actually don't mind the idea of that. Bent over. Kind of took him because of name value. His name's Bent Over. But as a player, 82 pursuit, 82 hit power. I mean, he relies on his athleticism. You could tell 86 speed, 88 excel isn't too exceptional, but solid player. I think I kind of drafted depth there in the second round, which isn't ideal. Down the board, there really isn't much. So we'll go into next year, and for that draft, I think it's a generous B-, a realistic C+. It isn't great. The draft class just really wasn't that good. I'm glad we traded back and got some more draft picks, but just not a great draft, not a great year to suck. So I did mention we were going to change the schemes. I think we are going to change to a 3-4 and kind of move some players around. So surprise. I ended up trading what would be our own first-round pick next year for Keon Coleman, Benjamin Morrison, and a second-round pick. I know I said I didn't really want to do any crazy trades, but this trade isn't crazy. It is the projected 8th overall pick for a superstar receiver in Keon Coleman. I don't know how he did it, but he's a superstar receiver in this. He's 82 overall, so he's automatically a wide receiver 1, as well as Benjamin Morrison, a star 82 overall young cornerback, who's immediately our cornerback 1, and then a second-round pick. So I went through, set up our lineup for next year. Our new wide receiver, Keon Coleman, is wide receiver 1, Jordan Watkins, wide receiver 2, Bryce Ford-Wheaton, wide receiver 4, and Isaiah Bond may not see the field at the wide receiver 4. I think I said that twice. Bryce Ford-Wheaton, wide receiver 3. Whatever. Rocket Sanders, running back 1. Najee Harris will be our power back. Got the rookie, Dawson Holsley, at our left tackle. We went with the rookie tight end starting at tight end for us, and then Elijah Arroyo behind that. And Ben Sinnott falls all the way to tight end 3. I just really wasn't happy with his performance last year, especially towards the end. So Elijah Arroyo is our backup as of right now. Can't speak. As for our defense, it looks weird because we switched to a 3-4. It looks horrible down here, but it's not really what it's going to look like on field. Miguel Estrada as our right edge. Tyler Barron as our left edge. Adetomiwa as our defensive tackle. Jonah Lulu will be our defensive tackle 2. Then we have Benjamin Morrison, DeCameron Richardson highlighting the cornerback room. Nick Hayes is our free safety. Jamie Robinson is our strong safety. Bent Over is our backup safety for each position in case, any sets throws him onto the field. Our specialist, we will look like this. Adetomiwa was our nose. Power running back, Najee. 3-down back, Raheem. Elijah Arroyo is our gadget guy. Kind of just felt like he's just that kind of a player, whatever. Keon Coleman, our slot receiver, as well as our wide receiver 1. I think we want to work him in the slot to start the year. If that doesn't work out, then we'll go with Jordan Watkins. And I also have our tight end here, in case we want to go with a strong slot. Sub linebacker, obviously Joe Anderson, Channing Tindall, and then our rookie McAdams, which the AI drafted for us. He's hidden dev, which is pretty cool. Slot cornerback, we're actually going with Nick Hayes. I know I said he's our free safety, but he's going to be playing in the slot for us. If I feel like we need more help deep over top, then we'll move him back, but I think he could play pretty good on the slot, and like I noted earlier, rush right end, rush left end, rush D tackle, those kind of go without saying. So here we are in season 2, week 1, playing against my own beloved Raiders. We are now a 76 overall team with a 76 offense and 76 defense. We will see how this one goes. We're at home to start the year in our all blue uniform. Fresh slate, you know? Playoffs are in reach again. And this is a weird first return. Pritchett doesn't want to go down, but we'll take it all the way to the 40. First play of season 2. What else? What a run with Rocket Sanders. Big gap. So obviously some new faces. Hamlin, the tight end, rookie tight end, and Keon Coleman, the new wide receiver 1. So see if we can get any of them involved. I'm liking Keon Coleman already. First touch. Pretty big gain. 24 yards. Welcome to the team, Keon. Rocket Sanders out the backfield, just trying to pick anything up. Ooh, Rocket Sanders got a little burst of speed there for the first down. Let's see if we could get him on this RPO, but I doubt it. Yeah, that corner's all over it, and that linebacker's all over it as well. Coleman kind of ran into our guy there, but he still gets a burst of speed. Trying to fight into the end zone, not quite. 3rd and goal. I know he's tired, but we're still going to try and hit it off to Rocket Sanders. Not a great play call. Oh. And it'll only be 3 for us, but at least we went down and scored. Here we are on defense, and the Raiders actually picked up Shador Sanders. So that'll be fun to play against. They also have Christian McCaffrey, who actually has pretty good blocks there. Good hit by the rookie. Oh, is that illegal contact? I got stuck on their tight end. Handoff here. Oh, I did not feel that gap at all. Had to guard 2 different people on that play. Oh, nope. Channing Tindall all over it. Let's go. He has all day to throw, man. Amon-Ra St. Brown gets open. Richardson beat off the line, and that'll be a touchdown for the Raiders. So year 2 of Riley Leonard, Rocket Sanders, I mean the Hounds as a whole. I'm still not fully convinced as... Oh, look at the rookie tight end. His first touch. Big play. I kind of mixed my words there. I'm not really convinced of Riley Leonard yet. You know, he's good. He developed well, but... Still not great. Let's get the RPO with Bryce Ford Wheaton. As for in real life news, I guess not really news. But the days passed and the NFL draft concluded. I am honestly pretty damn happy with what the Raiders did. Rocket Sanders fighting. Oh, 3rd and inches. I'm honestly pretty happy with what the Raiders did. First round pick was obvious from the end of the season. Fernando Mendoza, and then past that, it was all a question mark. I mean, that's how it was for the whole league. So we get that first down. Obviously, we get Fernando Mendoza, and then we bring in Traden Stukes in the 2nd round. Honestly, kind of surprised me. I thought it'd be Emmanuel McNeil Warren, or we weren't going to trade down and just take Caden McDonald, but we ended up trading down, get Traden Stukes. Past that, I don't remember the order we took players, but brought in some good players. Brought in Kieran Crawford, pretty good edge. And the highlight of our draft, despite Fernando Mendoza, is Jermod McCoy at pick 101. Not really any running lanes there. But Jermod McCoy at 101 is a hell of a pick if he could get healthy, stay healthy, and be on the field for us. You know, he's had those knee issues. He's had, all the injuries. That's a tough ask for Keon Coleman. He caught the hell out of that, though. But we took him anyways. We believe in him. We believe in our training. Our trainers, we believe in our staff. I accidentally pressed A. That could have been a touchdown for Keon Coleman. I panicked. Yeah, the Raiders are ignoring the question marks. They pulled the trigger. They traded up 1 pick. Took him. It could be a home run pick. We could have our corner of the future. Obviously with the knee issues, you wouldn't think he'd last too long. But if you could get 4, 5, 6 years of Jermod McCoy at his fullest potential, the Raiders easily won the draft. Obviously the most exciting pick, as Rocket Sanders runs in untouched, we take that lead back. The most exciting pick is Fernando Mendoza. He's just a perfect quarterback in the sense of running an offense. He's going to study the playbook. He's going to attempt to make the right read. He's not going to make every perfect read. But he's going to try his best to make the right read. He's going to go through his progressions. He's going to stand tall in the pocket. He's not going to put the ball in harm's way too much. He'll fight and die. As Jonathan Dalton is the Raiders rookie receiver that scored on us. But he'll fight and die for the shield. He has me pumped. I went to the Raiders, I forget what they call it. It's like fan festival, or whatever it was. But I went to that Raiders event. It was at the facility. They had like all these little things set up for people to do, but I was mainly just interested in the draft because it took place on day 2 of the draft, and I was kind of just watching the draft, looking at who we were taking. And then Fernando Mendoza came out, kind of talked to all the fans, got us hyped up, and it was just cool to see. He had all the right answers. It feels almost scripted the way he answers. He always gives a perfect answer. As we get pressure on Shedeur Sanders, finally, Jonah Laulu's the one that gets through. The blitz was too much for them. But, yeah, he had me pumped. I remember looking over to my girlfriend. I'm like, this guy's going to be pretty fucking good. And I truly believe that. I think he's going to be pretty good. I don't think he's going to be an exceptional talent, but like his draft report or whatever, like his prospect grade or whatever, if you read anything on Fernando Mendoza, he's not some exceptional generational talent, but he's a great quarterback. As the rookie gets an interception in his first career game. How about that for Hayes? Shedeur Sanders kind of just floats it up there, and we take advantage, and now we're back on offense. I mean, man, we can't stop making plays. I'm just rambling about the Raiders draft. Try and fit that to Jordan Watkins. What a throw, Riley Leonard. We need a lot more of that from him. But yeah, Fernando Mendoza has me pumped. The Raiders as a whole have me pumped. I mean, we're obviously not going to be great. It's going to be pretty tough to go 0 to hero with the schedule that they have. But we're definitely going to be better as Rocket Sanders gets some blocks. I try to get that around the edge, but we'll take that. Good first play. Tight end runs a weird route, but we'll take it. This guy kind of has some getaway speed. He plays faster than he is on paper. It's only around 84 speed, but moving pretty good for us. How about Hamlin? Good block there from our center. We have a lineman injured on the play, and it's the rookie. That's not what you want to see. Trying to cut that back with Raheem Sanders, and he's going to go in for his second touchdown of the day, untouched, off the back of the interception from our rookie. Not much going there. Bent over, gets a handout. Incomplete. Wide open. Not good. Cannot believe in Amin. I was about to say Amin-Ra. Amin-Ra. Wide open. They're not quite in field goal range, so. Quick screen to Amin-Ra. Oh, crap. Hayes isn't much of a man coverage type of guy. Welcome to the NFL, man. Gets dusted by Amon-Ra St. Brown. Just had a good return from Nehemiah Pritchett. We're at the 42, 3 timeouts, minute 38 left. We have plenty of time and potential to go score here. Got Hamlin quick there. So I just checked my phone and I saw that the Pistons went down 3-1 in the series against the Magic. Good for the Magic to finally reach the preseason potential people thought they may have, but Pistons, man. It's not too surprising of a 1 or a 8 beating a 1 upset, but man, going down 3-1, if they lose 4-1, it's pretty fucking embarrassing. It's Riley Leonard scrambles out. It's just enough speed to be faster than the defensive end. Yeah, I mean, good for the Magic, reaching the potential people thought they had in the preseason. I thought they were going to be a top 3 seed in the East. Obviously, they weren't. Oh, man, the defensive end read that the whole way. Trying to hit Rocket Sanders there. Perfect. Timeout. Oh, Rashawn Gary just killed us. I pump faked. I didn't like what I saw with Keon Coleman on that in route. Just trust the height back there. Try and throw it high. Yeah, just didn't want to throw an interception. This seems stupid, but it's honestly just to get some yards. We got none. -1, whatever. We're going to let this tick down. Just take a field goal here at the end of half. Overall, not a great end to that drive. We were moving pretty good to start it, and then kind of died out at the end. But either way, we are up 20-14 at the end of 1. And also in NBA news, the Suns just got swept by the Thunder. Everyone saw that coming. Kind of whatever. Whatever 8 seed winning in the West was going to get swept, realistically. RPO. Robinson's all over that. That spin move did nothing. I mean, all day. Anderson can't bring him down. Shedeur Sanders picks up that first down. This pass rush is not good again. And it's weird because we developed, Tyler Barron, Addo Tomiwa are superstars in this league according to Madden now, so you would expect better. I didn't look at the Raiders O-line. Maybe it's good. Maybe that's why we can't get some pressure, but jeez. Oh, I missed the hit there. This Dalton, the rookie, has been kind of killing us today. But Pat's just talking about the Raiders in the draft. There was a lot more that happened. Arvel Reese actually, and there's a good play by Tyler Barron. Arvell Reese actually ended up falling to 5 to the Giants, which I didn't expect. Jeremiah Love did end up going to the Cardinals, which I don't like almost at all, but who am I to say anything, I guess? I just don't get it. But as a Raiders fan, I also kind of get it. Oh, and there's another good play by Tyler Barron. Let me shut up. That's a sack. As a Raider fan, maybe I can't say anything because we took Ashton Genty last year and people saw it the same, where it's like, why? Like, your team sucks? It's a good play again. Nothing going for the Raiders anymore. They're going to punt. Your team sucks. Why would you take a running back? That's a luxury pick. But it's also, you got to think, these teams don't build for that year specifically. I mean, some teams do. You know, some teams have Super Bowl windows. So that's a really good punt down to the 4. And they go all in. But more often than not, a team is drafting for the next 2-3 years. And you know what the Cardinals are seeing? Oh my gosh, that play never works. What the Cardinals are seeing is they're going to suck. So why not take the best player available, arguably the best player in the draft, and then next year get your quarterback. So then your quarterback, whoever it may be next year, is going to come in and have a really talented running back in the backfield with them. So I see maybe what the vision is. They also followed it up with Chase Visantis in the second round, so building up that line. You know, I see what they're going for, but I still just really don't like it for them. I think a player like Arvell Reese would have been a good help. I think even just a guy like Francis Mauigoa or a trade back. Then other news in the first round, past the Mansour Delane trade that the Chiefs made. Nothing really special going on there. They just moved up a couple picks, got Mansour Delane, good for them. Ty Simpson is a Ram. And if you told me that before the draft, I'd look at you and be like, oh, so they traded down? And if you told me no, I'd be like, oh, so maybe they traded their other pick for a player and took him the second? And you told me no again, I'd be like, oh, so maybe nobody fell that they liked and that Ty Simpson really was the only player that made sense. You know, maybe Mekhi Lemon got picked up, maybe all the linemen somehow got picked up. And you told me no again, and then I'd be like, what are the Rams doing? And that's exactly the way I feel. What are the Rams doing? Like I mentioned earlier, what a catch! Bryce Ford Wheaton extending, finally using his height, but in a different way, extending out for a sick grab. If you told me all those things before the draft, and you were like, nope, they just stuck and picked them. Ruben Bain was there. Monroe Freeling was there. Blake Miller was there. I'd think you're crazy. And it's reality, and I still don't really like it at all or believe it. Najee Harris out the backfield, good play. I mean, I believe it. I see what they're doing. Matt Stafford isn't gonna be there forever. They want his successor. Then again, Matt Stafford's here now. Your team is built to win a Super Bowl now. Your second one in the last 5 years. Why not go for it? Why not bring in a Kenya Sadiq? Why not bring in a Mekhi Lemon and worry about quarterback in the later rounds or next year even? Like, why not? I don't understand why they're so focused on the future when you're built now. Go for it. That's what they did last time. They went for it, and they were able to recover. They dumped all those picks, and they were able to get back from that and get to the point that they are now. Because I don't really like the play call I just had. So why not do it again? Just go all out, get a ring. There's nothing better than a ring in the NFL. Like, okay, you built a good team for the future, but did you win a ring? No, nothing matters. Riley Leonard tried to get away. Damn it. We're going to kick our second field goal from the 4 today. I understand what the Rams are going for, but I don't understand why they did it. I don't like the pick for them at all. They also just didn't have a great draft. As for other draft picks, the Sonny Styles pick, people seem to really like for the Commanders. I don't. I feel like their wide receiver room is too bad to be going for a linebacker at 7. I will say a linebacker at 7 while you have Dan Quinn as your coach is good. He's going to perform. He's going to be a good player for them. He was a good player in college. He has all the physical traits you need. Sick prospect. He deserves to be in the top 10. But I feel like a guy like Jordan Tyson would help him. But maybe they're scared of the injury history, so that's why they go Sonny Styles. Whatever it may be, but oh my gosh, I almost got a pick with Tyler Barron in coverage, and Christian McCaffrey makes a play. I don't know. I feel like they really didn't address receiver enough. I think they brought in Antonio Williams, I think it was. It's like a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. The receiver room is like really bad. Really bad. And even with Terry McLaurin, it's really bad. Like, Terry McLaurin's all they got. If he goes down, they are beyond screwed. But, you know, like I said, teams build for 2-3 years in the future. Sonny Styles could be a sick linebacker for them. Receiver could come later. I get it, but I personally didn't like it. Shador scrambling out of Tamiwa got... What? I thought he got there. Either way, incomplete, 4th and 3. But overall, the draft was as unpredictable as I thought it was going to be. There's so many trades in the back end of the first round. I think I only got 3 out of 32 of my mocked picks correct. One of them was in the right slot. Obviously, I got Fernando Mendoza right. Everyone got Fernando Mendoza right. So past that, I only got 2. I got Vega Ioane. I feel like that one was kind of written in the stars. Then I got Chris Johnson correct to the Dolphins in the back end of the second round. I didn't get what pick they traded for or what pick they took him in, right? That's a good play by our run game. Our run game's been pretty good today. But I did get the player and team right, so I'm pretty happy with that. Past that, I got Trey Zune right to the Raiders down the board. I had him in one of my Raiders mock drafts as Rashawn Gary is terrorizing us. Maybe we should have went right tackle. Jeez, he's having a day. I think that's about all I got right. The draft's so hard to predict, man. So hard, and this year more than ever felt impossible. Good release from Keon Coleman. Kind of fights there. 4th and 4. Trust the guys. Who else but our new receiver? Oh my gosh! Maybe that's why the Bengals were willing to trade him to us. Drops it when he's least expected to. The ball is put on the money. Game's on the line almost. Now we rely on our defense to get us a stop. That's a really good throw by Shador Sanders. And you could say maybe I shouldn't go for that, but it was there. It hit our wide receiver one in the hands. What more could we ask for? Wide open. Okay, I mean, as long as it's not a touchdown, could live with it. Minute 20 left. Handoff here. Oh my gosh, the handoff. Wow, the handoff actually worked and it gives them a touchdown. I really underestimated that play. We're going to go down 1 now. A minute left. We have all of our 3 timeouts. We just need a field goal in a familiar spot. Down late in the game. Difference is, in this game, we have a chance to go win it. All we need is 3. 7 would be a luxury, as that's awkward. I threw that way too high. Just take that drag with Jordan Watkins. Try and get a first here. 3rd and 1. We do have just enough time to hand it off. We need to get it. Perfect. We get that and a lot more. Rocket Sanders jukes his way away from one of them. Down to the 40. We'll take a timeout. Big play for the Hounds. We're just outside of field goal range. This could be field goal range, honestly. So 57-yard kick. But I like being a little bit closer. Jordan Watkins kind of has a step. Oh, tries to extend for that one. Incomplete. I know I said I hate 2nd and long runs, but the scenario kind of calls for one. If we could just get closer. That's perfect. We'll keep it on the ground again. If we don't get the first down, we'll just let it tick all the way down and kick our field goal now. If we do get the first down, I don't know how we'll play it. We might just do the same thing no matter what. Just take our yardage. Yeah, just let that the last... Yeah, will we? Yeah, no reason not to. That'll be the last play for us. We'll just let this tick all the way down and attempt a game-winning field goal here at the end for Maddox Trujillo, who was money last year, but can't count the points until they go through the upright. 42-yard kick for the win. They are going to ice us. Hounds looking to start 1-0 for the first time in their history. Trujillo just needs to kick it straight. Good accuracy, good hold, good swing of the leg. It's going to go straight through the uprights. And we're going to sneak our way out of this one. 24-26. The Hounds do end up winning. It's a little bit close for comfort. We almost threw it away there at the end. Shador Sanders had a hell of a game against us. Just a good game overall. Would have liked to close that one out a little bit better, but can't complain about winning. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying Hounds franchise. I'm having a pretty good time recording and uploading them. So as always, I'll see you guys on the next one, and God bless.